Hi. It is May 16th, Sunday. I didn't meditate. It's running late this morning. I had today off, and I scheduled a brunch with an old friend, La Doctora, as I call her, and I was really looking forward to seeing her. She's a mentor, she's a good friend, and I've just learned so much from her, and I was excited to see her, and we went to a little cafe for crepes, and it was just really nice. I didn't realize that it had been over a year that I last saw her physically, and so I was just catching her up with what's been going on, and just really sharing some of the experiences that I've had, and it was just wonderful. It was wonderful to catch up with an old friend and you know, just be vulnerable and be you, and realize the similarities in what we were experiencing. And it was a 5-hour long meetup. Yeah, 5 hours. And we didn't, I mean, time flew. And in that conversation, I had mentioned to her the decision that I made about letting go of my license and feeling comfortable with the idea of letting go. And telling her that I was struggling with it before, right? Struggling with it because, you know, it was a part of my life for so long, and now I'm saying goodbye and really not looking back. So she turns to me and she's like, "Can I say something?" I said, "Sure." And she said, she just, in essence, she said, "I'll take care of it for you. I'll take care of it for you. I'll take care of it for you." So I'm like, that's like, I mean, last I checked, it was like probably like $200 or $300 for my license. This isn't a driver's license, by the way, because the people I've been telling, they're like, "What, that much for a driver's license?" It's not a driver's license, it's my license to practice therapy. And telling her, I'm like, it feels like it's holding me back. And she said, "You're gonna need it. You're gonna need it. Even if you don't use it, you're gonna need it. And it's hard to get it back," she said. And I knew that, and I was still ready to let it go. And I was like, I don't know how I feel about that. Like, because it's a lot of money. I don't know how I feel about accepting that. I'm like, I have to sit with it. And she said, "Sit with it. I'll respect whatever your decision is, but if you want it, consider taking care of." So, and in our conversation, I was just, you know, just sharing some of the things I'm experiencing and learning about the birth chart and the connection to just life lessons, right? And this increased level of awareness that it brings, and telling her my idea, my theory about what if we did a research, right? Or someone did research, because I wasn't really interested in it, or at least not right now. And telling her, you know, if we had the control group who just received regular therapy, and then the other group who had regular therapy, but on top of that, the tool of a birth chart, would it make a difference? And then she said, "That's why you still need your license." expire in less than a week. So I was really grateful. And it's, you know, and just talking to her too about how I've been giving her hope that, you know, when she gets to a certain point in her life that she can then venture off and do, you know, what her heart is calling her to do. And I just started tearing up because that's really what I'm hoping for through this process, is to really inspire people to follow their heart. And so I teared up, and I'm like, I'm grateful to hear that, because that's been what I hope through this process. And she doesn't watch my videos. She's not on social media, so she's like, I need to get on it, right? But just hearing my stories, she's like, just spending time with you, she said, just spending time with you is worth it. So I was grateful to get that. Because that's, you know, the goal, the purpose of all this is just to instill that hope, that fire, and, you know, even though I don't know where I'm gonna come out, like there's just this inner knowing that I'm gonna be fine, you know. But so that happened, and then I went to see my brother and the kids, my sister-in-law, and that was nice too. And I miss the kids so much. I didn't realize how much I missed them. And I'm like telling my brother, I'm like, I'm half vaccinated, and just trying to tell him, you know, even though I'm around a lot of people at the market, we have masks on, and, you know, so they said I could come over, and that was nice to play with the kids again and have fun with them. And, you know, they're the closest thing to kids that I have. But it was interesting because we're catching up, and the funny thing was, it was also 5 hours that I stayed there, and because I realized I hadn't really spent time with them before, and they had invited me to a barbecue next weekend, but I usually help with the markets, and I don't know if I have days off until like a few days before. We don't have a set schedule yet. You know, there's flexibility, but at the same time, you know, my commitment is to help build the business and just really, you know, help Hannah out. And so I was sharing with her what happened and where I was at financially, and not details, but just how I decided to let go of my license, and then how my mentor just offered to cover it. And then she said, maybe that's a sign that you're not done using it yet, then maybe you should consider it. And so I was like, I didn't think about it that way. I didn't think about it that way, because for me it's like, if I know I'm not gonna go back, and why am I gonna pay for something I'm not gonna use? But then she said, maybe it's a sign that you're not done using it. So I'm sitting with that. I'm sitting with that. So that happened. Like, once I got used to the idea of letting something go, and just, I'm trying to figure out how to view it. If it's something I should take, you know. or let the opportunity pass me by. And then I was just catching up on other stuff and, you know, the people that I'm meeting, and then what happened with the peridot, and feeling like the universe is just like, don't forget, don't forget. As much as I'm trying to move forward, it's like, don't forget, don't forget. I don't know. So that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. And just, yeah. That's what happened today. That's what happened today. So, just want to touch on that because that's just funny that, it was the common theme of having, like, catching up with people in 5-hour-long conversations and interactions, and then a week out from my birthday, I turned big 4-0, and my license coming to an end, and still trying to figure out. I mean, I know rent-wise, I got that covered, but just trying to figure out the rest of the stuff. I know it'll turn out okay. I know. I'm just grateful. I'm grateful to have these people in my life, you know? I'm just grateful. That was it. That was it. Really. Just hopefully I stay up because I'm having trouble staying up. I don't know if I mentioned I'm a sleepy drunk. Or not sleepy drunk, but when I'm really exhausted, I start behaving like I'm drunk, and my speech will start getting slurred, and my eyes start like, it looks like I'm drunk, but I'm really not. I'm just really tired. And I feel like I was telling someone that I'm connecting with, that sometimes I feel like a little kid when I'm really tired. Like I you know, when you don't want to fall asleep yet because the day's coming to an end, but you have so much that you want to do and accomplish, and you're trying not to go to sleep, so you're fighting it like a little kid. That's how I've been feeling, because I have all these projects that I want to happen to and work on, and it just doesn't seem like I have so much time. And I was telling her, I'm like, I'm still working on how to navigate this new schedule, and making sure I still can feed myself in terms of time and self-care. Yeah. So so it feels like that sometimes, where I feel like a little kid not wanting to go to bed. And I'm fighting it, and then I start snacking to keep myself up, which is not good, because I told her, I'm like, I gained 5 pounds, I think. I'm trying to get back into shape. And you know, then of course there's large March that I want to address, and more so for me, because I know where I could be. I know I've been there, and I miss it. I miss working out and feeling good, and yeah. So that's where I'm at. I just wanted to speak on that. But yeah, I hope you guys had a good weekend, and we'll see what happens next. Take care. Bye. Hi. My name is Yubi, and in case you haven't figured it out, this footage is capturing my experience as I learn to navigate my personal spiritual awakening. I am learning that this experience is unique to each one of us, in whatever way we believe we are embracing living our truth. This just happens to be my journey. And despite me having a graduate degree and a license in clinical social work, this by no means is intended to replace any type of mental health advice. This is just me on a personal level, documenting my experience, shedding light on the truth that I am learning and discovering for myself, and really inviting you along for the ride. If by some magical chance you find this content to be helpful in any way, shape, or form, please click the like button, share the message, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have an Instagram account, a personal one, and one specifically for this channel that you're more than welcome to check out. I'm an open book. I have also created t-shirt designs. I'm wearing my favorite one right now, which is the North Node design, but I have that and other things that you can look at inspired by this process and journey, and I have the link in the description box as well as in the about section of my YouTube channel. So you're more than welcome to check those items out. Any type of support is great. Again, if you find this content really helpful or meaningful, sometimes when we take that step and be vulnerable, with showing what's inside our hearts and what's really our truth, we realize that we're much more connected than what we thought we were. And so I hope that as I'm living this experience and that you find some type of truth for yourself, or find some type of ability to heal in some way just by relating, just by knowing that you're not alone. That really has been my goal with this process, not just being able to connect with others, but really for my own healing. It's definitely been a therapeutic experience and a very creative one for myself. So I thank you, and I wish you all the best, and we'll see what else comes next for me.